Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. Maddie, can you hear me? Yes. Ernestine, yes. Oh, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this evening. We're going to be talking about something that is pretty serious, but it's definitely needed. Jesus girl, Betty, I'm so glad that you are here. She's been with me a while because we're going to talk about the narcissist and memory, how it affects the memory. I was talking about a young lady, her name is Tasha Lederman. She said something that was profound. She said the memory is the narcissist's parting gift to you because they know that you are going to ruminate over the things they've done that is not an easy forget, and that you're going to turn these thoughts over and over in your mind. And when you turn these thoughts over and over in your mind, the torture and the torment is going to reoccur because the brain takes it out of a past instance and it upgrades it and updates it to a present instance with all of the feelings, all of the words, smells, and sights. It brings it back. And some of you is being re-traumatized, it's being re-tortured. And that's why the narcissist does a lot of things, because they depend on your memory. They depend on locking the incident into your memory that you don't forget. You always recall, you always remember, you always feel. And see, narcissists, they gotta make a way for them to come back. When all things go wrong with the new supply, especially if you're a primary supply, they never really want to get rid of the primary supply. Thank you, Danielle. They really never want to get rid of the primary supply, but they want it abused. The most abuse ever taken in a relationship with a narcissist is from the narcissist to the primary supply, because trauma bonding is something that the narcissists really want to lock down, because trauma bonding make it difficult for you to leave. So and what the narcissist does, that's why the love bombing, oh my God, it is so perfecto. Why? Because they need you to go back to the memory. They need you to work for something. They need you to keep trying to pull something that would never, ever exist. 1 second comes in, first is gone. It would never be a first time because it's been many times, so it's never the first time. And guess what? You always look. You always look for the first time. That first time is the love bombing. And the love bombing is done so strategically until, even if it's 40 years, you keep reaching back for something that happened 40 years before. Why? Because you know the capacity. You know their ability to make you feel so good, to make you feel so wonderful. And that's why the narcissists, a lot of narcissists would practice being good bedfellows, because they need to capitalize on all their skills, because once the mask falls, they know you're going to want to leave. And the thing that concerns them is when you want to go NC, you don't want nothing to do with them. They need to make sure that whatever I do, I calibrate them so until I can come back and they can't leave. Isn't that something? So they bank on memory. All right, we got something coming through. Hello there, how are you? Good job. All right, everyone, I'm banking on your comments. I need you to pour in. We need to help some people. We need them to know the craziness of the situation of the situation. It's not over. It does not end, but you don't have to continue. Hello there, Felicia. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. So the narcissists really depend on putting a deposit in your memory, because that memory See, first of all, when the narcissist leave, a discard is usually not permanent, especially with primal supply. With the main supply is never ever locked down, because what the narcissists want to do, they want the ability to come back. They want the ability to always have an open door. So even if they tell you they're not coming back, when things go wrong, guess what they're going to do? They're going to come back. They're going to come back to what they know. They're going to come back to who will receive them, who will take care of them, who will care for them. They're going to come back. And you got to remember, once the narcissist has a situationship with you, you always belong to them. They always think you are theirs. That's what the narcissists think. That's why they don't care if you get married. They don't care if you have children. They don't care about that. That's mine. Those are my kids. And those kids are not even his. They belong to somebody else. Those are my kids. Why? You have my supply. My supply had those kids. Even if they're not mine, my supply had those kids. And the fact that my supply had those kids, they belong to me. The narcissist is a controller. And based on the type of narcissist you have, this is the type of energy that is going to be given out. This is the type of behavior that is going to be given out. So the narcissist build a training schedule to train your mind. She said, he's back to his ways of destroying my property to keep me financially bound. This is Wounded Healer, 1989. He don't want you to have anything. If he don't have nothing, even if he did, he don't want you to have anything. So 99, when you say he's back, did you accept him back, or is he back on his own? Did you accept him back, Wounded Healer? Or did he come back on his own? Because he seemed like a malignant. He seemed like a malignant narcissist. Psychopath, pathological, sociopath, psychopath, malignant. You have to really watch these narcissists because they're very devious in their planning. She said, I can tell he's been stalking while I've been asleep. Narcissists are full of drama. This is Cluster B Free Karen. They will discard and then enjoy whatever emotional reaction the supply gives. They want the condition. They want to condition a target mind to accept chaos. Absolutely. Felicia said, that's the mind of a toddler. Absolutely. They're very destructive. But you got to remember, they're underdeveloped psychologically. They got locked in a place. They got stuck in a place. And wherever they got stuck, that's the level of activation they're going to release. If it was 5, if they never had it, and some of them may be 40, 50, but they act like they're 5. And it's hard for a narcissist to let go permanent supply. It's hard for a narcissist, and permanent supply, supreme supply. That's the primal supply. That is when you're the main supply. You are the permanent supply. You're the one that he married. You're the one that he's with. You're the one that has all of the attention at first. You're the one that he catered to. You are his primal supply. You are the house. The house is where the narcissists always return. So they call it the house supply. The house supply is he move all of his stuff. When you get a house, you move all your furniture and you hang your clothes up. You make sure everything is in place. Why? Because you got the key to that house. And no matter how you go out to work, you go on a vacation, you're going to come back to that house. That's the way the main supply is considered the house supply. The narcissist has the key to their heart. They got their clothes in there, their furniture in there, their life in there, and they always want to come back to the main supply. And the main supply, when they are trauma bonded, will let them. They're serial cheaters. Even if there was diseases that have been transferred, uh, abuse, I mean horrific abuse, they have been conditioned to let the narcissist back in. They have been conditioned not to say no because they are thinking, I don't want him to finally get right. I don't want her to finally get right. And then when she get right, somebody else enjoy my labor, all the years that I've spent, all the time that I spent. The narcissist is going to be the narcissist. It's going to be the narcissist, and their behavior is their behavior. Doesn't matter if they spend all their time with you or they spend their time with someone else. The narcissist is going to be who they are. And many of them don't see the need to change because they are unable to look inside to see what change is necessary. They only see what you do to them. They only see what they want. They only see the gloriness about them, this grandeur about them. And so they can't see where it is necessary for them to change. If they do, it's your fault. It's your fault. Because to be free, Karen said, I've seen the ex throw a stumbling across the floor. Temper tantrum like a 4-year-old. They are emotional toddlers who use the main supply to regulate their emotion. Aging narcs are childish. Yeah, they're even worse. And they use you not to, you can't regulate their emotion. They use you to bring a solace to them by you being miserable, by you being tormented. Because when you break down and cry and or you go after them, what's wrong? I am so sorry. If I did anything to you, I would never do that again. Just tell me what I do, okay? They got their way. There's no attitude. The attitude leaves as quick as it came. Why? Because to train you is to train your memory, to train you through consistent behavior, and to get out of you the reaction they want is to build a memory that they can use in the future. The narcissist is futuristic. They future think because they know you're going to get tired of them. They know the stuff they putting down. You're not going to continue to deal with that. You're not going to continue. And more than likely, they've seen some behavior changes in you. You getting angry. You're fussing. And if they're planning to stay, what they need to do is train you. And so when you forgive them the first time, they need to do something else. So you can forgive them again, forgive them again, forgive them again, forgive them again. They need to bring you to the point where they can do whatever they want to do. And they know you're going to let them because they know you're not going anywhere. Because for 10 years, you let me do this. Once they get away with something, they're going to continue to get away with it. And remember, their whole goal is your memory. Because if you remember how I loved you, you remember when we were together, then when I act the biggest fool, your memory going to kick in. Because you're going to think, I don't want to be without them. I know they're going to change. Because hope is the last thing to go. I know they're going to change. And I believe everything's going to be all right. And what you find, like Karen said, you stayed there and now you're more miserable. And they are not changing. When they talk about change, it ain't them. When they talk about change, their name is nowhere. They're talking about you. You change. You shift. Because if you hadn't said this, you hadn't done that. If you hadn't done this and hadn't said this, things wouldn't have happened that way. So you need to shift. You need to shift. You need to change. Isn't it amazing how the narcissists depend on your memory. And what they do is do things and watch what you regurgitate. It lets them know what is working. You regurgitate pain, you regurgitate tears, you regurgitate pleading, you regurgitate begging. You start making sure you do things that's going to please the narcissist to make sure they're happy. Memory. All they got is a memory. It has to work because all that you pulling for is your memory. And you say, I feel like I'm losing my mind. When the narcissists see you slipping too much, they start to prepare another primal supply. Because some narcissists have been with people and actually saw them lose their mind. They end up in a mental institution. They no longer have reality capacity. And once a narcissist do this 2 or 3 times, they plan to do it. They are skilled to do it. They know how to do it. Felicia said, narcissists are like, she said, narcissists are like a zebra that don't change their stripes. They just keep changing partners. Whoa, that is so true. That's right, Felicia. A serial cheater would do it. And the thing is, they train you to let them. And nowadays, it's a tremendous endangerment because most narcissists don't feel like they need protection because they don't feel like nothing will happen to them. They feel like they are just special, that other folk can get diseases and they do not. Hello there, MMXW. How are you? Because to be free, Karen said, when a narcissist knows that they are losing control of a target, they use the cologne, perfume, or perfume their target's life. They bring up good times and reminders of love bomb times. Absolutely. Especially because when you are a primal supply, you're supposed to be a permanent supply. The narcissist was supposed to do anything they want to do, however they want to do. They can leave you and come back. They can ghost you and come back. Whatever they do, they can be a serial cheater and come home and you feed them and talk to them as if nothing happened. That's the narcissist. He's used to that. So he trains your mind so you can slip that thought into your memory. And he trains your memory of allowance. And you allow them. You allow them to do it. And they do it. They don't stop. And see, the narcissist has to leave because he can't stay. He can't be faithful. And then when you find a faithful narcissist, they sabotage you every day. They fight against you every day. They do things every day. Because not all narcissists cheat. But they are deceiving. They're liars. They come home. Some of them even take care of the bills, but it's the residue, the fallout. She said, I'm doing good thanks to God, and the ex-narc tried hoovering me, and I didn't respond. I accepted that I am not breaking no non-contact after 5 years, and he still can't move on. Yeah, that shows you how good of a supply you was. She said, not like to invoke your strongest emotion to influence your mind and memories. She said, if it continues long enough, you'll recall events the way the nurse wants you to see them, not as they actually happen. Absolutely. Jesus girl Betty said, my kid's dad, after 30 years of being away from him, he is very upset that I will not talk to him, and he's blocked on my phone. He keeps asking my son and my daughter, why won't you talk to me, and get mad. He recently tried to say happy birthday to my son, that he was going to call me, My son asked me to unblock him so he can say happy birthday to me. He never called. It's not about a birthday present. It's about hoovering you to get back in. He don't want a birthday. He want a life. He want to get back in. If you were good supply, he probably missing that good supply. He probably missing all the things that you did for him, all the things that you cooked for him, all the toleration of him that you did. He's missing that. And see, you are a witness that after 30 years, see, in the mind of the narcissist, it don't matter if it's 50 years. You always belong to him. After 30 years, Jesus, girl Betty, here he comes. And you know what? He gonna come with the same stuff of 30 years ago. It's just worse. The same attitude, same problems, but except it's worse. And when the narcissists get older, they are looking for settling partners. Because when they can no longer do for themselves or they're having a problem with their health, they're looking for settling partners. So what they do is they definitely need to trauma bond. They will love bomb you when they come back in with a hoover and you let them in like this one, talking about, I just want to wish you a happy birthday. And he didn't want no happy birthday. He could care less about your birthday. He wants to get in when he wants to get in. And if he hadn't, he done got a new supply. And she got him occupied. He'll be back after he's no longer occupied. Because between 3 to 6 months. Because if you love bomb can take up to 3 months. Then 6 months. And if you're trying to get a permanent supply can take from 6 months to 1 year to really lock them down. Sometimes they get in quicker. And in 3 months, they are married. I mean, they don't know each other and they're married. And then right after that, they're talking about having a baby. And they keep on, because they need to tie you into their life where it's not so easy for you to leave. And the only thing to do this is through property, business, babies, marriage. It's not so easy, especially in a communal state. Most of them look in a communal state because they want all that you got. Yeah, please hit the like button and show your support. See, after 30 years. Wow. And Jesus, girl Betty said he never called. It wasn't about your birthday because that's your birthday. The only time you see your is in love bombing. When they're in the love bombing stage, it looks like it's all about you. It's about your dreams, your goals. What do you want? What do you want to do? I want to help you. I want to assist you. Talk to me. Listen to me. Where you are right now. I just want to be where you are. Never felt anybody like this. I never loved anybody like this. I can't spend time without you. I don't want to be without you. See? You see what I mean? See? That love bombing stage will go to any extent to win. The love bombing stage will go to any extent to win. They don't care. They want you in. They need your mind when they are not there to be totally occupied with them, where you cannot do anything without them. You're constantly thinking of them. They're on your mind all the time. Everything you do, you're doing it thinking about them. If only they were here. Well, that's the narcissist building memories. Because he can build memories where you can't do without them. You would rather have them there acting crazy, doing everything they want to do, but please don't leave me. Jesus, girl Betty said, yes, I was young. I was a young girl, and I paid my bills and fed my kids and took my kids to school. He had a car, and we barely got in the car. I used to take taxis all the time. See, that's what I'm talking about, that selfishness. It was never about you. It was always about him. Jesus, girl Betty said, I just realized that I did all of that because I used to give him all the praise. And when I look back, you're right. I do get mad at the things that them, I've been acting them out. What happened? Triggers that wasn't healed. Those are triggers. They wasn't healed. And when you think about it, you got to get out of that. Because really, if you stay in the past, you're going to equip the narcissist to make a Hoover. Get out of the past. There's nothing, Jesus, girl Betty, that you can do about that. It happened. It's over. You learned. You grew from it. Stay away from that, because that is what the narcissist is banking on. He's banking on your memory, and memory is always the past. So get out of the past. You did everything, and you did a good job. You worked, you cooked, you cleaned, you kept the kids, and you did an excellent, marvelous job. Thank God you was there for those babies, because ain't no telling where they would be. Ain't no telling where they would be. Thank God you were there. Now, Jesus, girl Betty, it's time to move forward. It's time to go on. It's time not to let anything stop you. You cannot let anything stop you. Move forward. It ain't even worth getting mad over, because he's probably miserable. You just stay no contact. Don't let him talk you to anything. Don't allow him to do it. You keep moving forward like you are. You see the narcissist? You see what I mean? Danielle said, mind control is a powerful exploitation that narcs crave. They do, and use. Some of them actually use it. Others crave it because supplies are getting smarter. So they're getting more vicious and they're getting quicker. You know, they used to be love bombing. A prime supply can take up to a year. They done beefed that up where it would take 3 to 6 months. A regular supply, they want them locked in a week. MMXW said, I'm 45 years old, fighting hard to keep moving forward. Both parents, narcissists, and many family members. Yet God is my father and mother, and I lean on him for everything. See, being a Christian make a difference, because you got the supernatural working for you. You got God working for you. And if you think about it, it's crazy to try to do this on your own when you have a malevolent spiritual force. You can't do it on your own. Like MMXW say, it's God. God brought her through this. And he will bring you through it. No matter what it is, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how hard it is. It is not too hard for him. He's able to make all grace abound. You can be brought out. And you want to be brought out. When the narcissists think of you, they're thinking what they can do next to you. We're on the 30-minute countdown. They're thinking about what to do next to you. And the thing is, the narcissists care nothing about how beautiful you are. Because if he's somatic, you're not more beautiful than he is. So he got that grandiosity, and he think he's okay. Something to think about, isn't it? Especially if you want deliverance. Like wounded healer, tearing up her stuff. Now what if he had to replace that? He do all of that, and of course tell him you got to replace that. That is money away from his kids, that he could have been giving his kids, money away from the house. Jesus girl Betty said, yes, ma'am. I told my children, stop telling me what your dad said. You talk to him. I'm done with that part of my life. She said, thank you for the words of encouragement. I will never unblock him. See, that's good. That's that gray rock. Now, you're talking about tormented. That torments the narcissist. When you don't respond to them, when you don't call them, when they can't frequent you, when they can't get you, and it has nothing to do with the kids, and you saying it has nothing to do with the kids, it has nothing to do with me. I do not want you to call me. I want no social conversations with you, because we don't have it like that. And if you don't have children, you don't have to have no social conversation, because you don't even have children. And you have to make sure you cover ground. Because the narcissist can hurt you any way they can. And if you done went on and got married and you got another family, that other family is a person of interest. Why? Because that's the only way I can feel and be with you. Because you no longer have the intimacy that you had at first. You got too many things going on. And I would love to see a young lady that is being mentored come here. Felicia, it's been 2 years since I've been out of the situation. She said, and I thank God I'm finally getting back to reality, but I have triggers from time to time from toxic family members. Oh, I can imagine. Narcissists repeat phrases and sentences consistently to implant many memories into their target, that their brainwashing is stuck on a report in the target's mind, and this causes ruminating. Absolutely. That was actually pretty good. That was really good. Ernestine said, amen. You see, the narcissist going to depend on your memory of what happened, even if it wasn't good. He going to work everything for his good. Everything. But what you got to do when the narcissist want to leave, that's where the heartbreak come in. That's why you have to be strong. Because the narcissist don't have supply. And when he loses his main supply, he's been stripped. A narcissist cannot stand to be stripped. And so what the narcissist does is embed in your mind what you can channel when he's not there. And you end up doing his work for you. You end up ruminating, calling, making up excuses for calling. When the son is with the narcissist, he's not thinking. Equip the son so he can be protected from the elements. He's just thinking, my son is getting wet. And you should take it up on yourself. See what you can find. Memory. Don't allow your memory to be tortured. Put in your mind what you want to think. Say in your mind what you want to think. Use the product over and over and over and over and over again. You have to say what you want, because you now you have the responsibility of retraining your mind. And if you don't say what your mind wants you to say, if you don't say what's going to give you victory over your mind, it won't be long. You'll be back in the same situation. You say, oh, no, no, no. I will never say never. Something to think about. Hello there. Oh, Ernestine Scott. This is fantabulous. Why? Because you are getting answers for what is going on. You will not be tortured in your mind and not know it. You are not crazy. You are one of the most sane people on the whole program. But he's not going to let you think that. Ernestine, this is a good subject. Absolutely. She said, amen to that. I grew up so bad. My mind was so negative. I had to fight hard, meditate, and submerge myself in the Word of God. Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine what kind of fight. Because you got to fight anyway with the mind. It's going to fight anyway. But what is awesome is the fact that you got energy, the fact that you're not willing to give up, and the fact that you are moving forward. Your memories are precious. Do you know when we first started the program, that was a memory and it's gone already? Let me tell you something. You got to meditate on what you want. Don't allow your mind to be abused, and you don't fight for your mind. 30 years? And then MMXW said he tried to come back, but she refused. She refused. Thank you, Miss Helen, for all you do. Oh, MMXW, I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of y'all for fighting. And you can see 30 years later, he tried to come back. Jesus Girl Betty. So the fight is never over. The fight is never finished. Don't ever think you have made it. You got to keep refreshing these videos, talking to yourself, giving yourself opportunities for change. You have to. Because nothing is going to change unless you change it. First, by changing your mind toward the situation. Changing the fact that you're allowing yourself to be tortured over and over again. Because if you don't do something, who will? If you don't say something, who will? We're down to 15 minutes. What can we do in 15 minutes? What can we say that will strengthen your life in 15 minutes? I know what I would like to say. You are stronger than what anybody says. You're more powerful than anybody give you credit for. And you're not made to be dominated. You're not made to be ruled over. You are made to rule. Memory is the parting gift of the narcissist. So when he's not there, you're still in the struggle. When he's not there, you're still fighting. And you're fighting over and over and over again. Protect your mind. Protect the minds of your babies. You do that by what you put in the mind. Jesus' girl Betty says, I thank God for you, Apostle. This information is really helpful because I had to get that out of my mind. The past, the passes, and I'm leaving it behind, walking away and not getting mad anymore. Absolutely. It's not worth it. It's the past. It's over. There's nothing you can do with it over but remember. And remember, that's his attack, your mind. And you want to freshen your mind. You want to capsize on the memory. You want to capsize on that memory. How to strengthen yourself. What it takes for your next move. What it's going to take for your position. How to repair your mind. I didn't care what it took. I was going to be here tonight with you. I didn't care. I was going to be here. Because I want you to have victory on every stance. Yeah, you can understand. You can do this. Felicia said, Lord, cleanse and wash out all toxic memory and renew it with the washing of your word daily. See, that's why God told us to transform it. When you transform your mind, you empower your mind. She said, I thought I had enough information, but I really enjoyed this, and I'm going to start back listening. Absolutely. Always refresh yourself. You know how you go to college and you refresh yourself with a refresher course? You never stop refreshing yourself because remember, the trauma went through your whole system. Every word went through your whole system. And now your memory is the echo of the system that happened. And you want to make sure you can uproot those echoes until it doesn't trigger you, until it doesn't influence you. Because what he needs now is the trigger. What he needs now is the influence. And the influences make impact. The influences that fight you. He may not be nowhere there, but then he get thought fuel. Just the thought of you thinking of him builds him. And some narcissists, like Jesus' girl Betty, the nerve of you to come back after 30 years. Come on, what you gonna do after 30 years? That's not even the same woman after 30 years. She done went through hell and back. She done grew. She's been redefined. And when he come back with the same stuff, that's not the girl that took that. That's not the girl that went through that. That's not the girl that laid down. Then you were ignorant. Now you got information. Hey, homeboy, that won't work today. That won't work today. You can love bomb until it turn into a butter biscuit. That won't work. Why? Because I'm growing now. I'm expanding now. You're older. You're wiser. You're doing things for yourself, especially if you out. Now, if you still in, it's difficult. I don't care what nobody says. It's difficult when you still in it. But when you out, you can do more when you're out because you can heal. She said, exactly. It won't work. No, ma'am. Ernestine, can you catch me? I'm ready now. I'll know when you're ready because you'll be consistent with being ready. Yes, Apostle, a man that is not going to work, not at all. Not at all. Yes, yes, yes. They're going to drive you back. Why would you get a man from the 60s to live in 2024 with a 1960 mindset, with 1960 energy in 2024? Well, we got robots that are doing people's job, AI. And then I'm going to bring the 60s in here. In my mind, in my memory, it ain't, no, 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 no. No, no. I'm like Jesus girl Betty. No. I'm like MMXM, XW. No. It ain't gonna work, partner. Doesn't matter what we had then, that was then. You ain't even the same narcissist. You done grew in you being a narcissist. She said, stay connected. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Yep. She said, like and share and comments are appreciated. Amen. And listen to this video. Listen to it over and over again. Play it, play it, play it, play it. Just sit down in the chair and let it roll. Because you will be amazed what you catch then that you didn't catch now. You know, we're on a 10-minute wind down, y'all. We got 10 minutes. I think I may come through with a part 2 of this. I may come through with a part 2. Because you got to gut out that memory. Just like Jesus girl Betty said, I thought I was done. But see, you don't know you can get triggered until you get triggered. Because nobody stimulates you. Nobody touches that. And then boom, it's touching. You go, whoa, what was that? You didn't even know that you was triggered like that. That's why healing, a good counselor, a good therapist, and I said and because you need a counselor, therapist, or psychiatrist. Then you add the life coach to it. You said, well, I just need a life coach. Well, that's up to you. Because there are some that are good, that's able to take you to your next level, that's able to dig that up from the root, that's able to go in your mind and do a memory cleanse, that is able to take your memory to the strength and the height of where it should be and to cleanse you from all the torment. Felicia said, we have to stay ready so we don't have to get ready. Ooh, I couldn't have said that better. She said, we have to stay ready so we don't have to get ready. A state of readiness is powerful. Why? Because it's informed. You are informed. Your shields are up. You're battle ready. You're not going to be caught off guard. You're not going to be caught off guard when you purify your memory. Christians transform their mind. If you're not a believer, you can still strengthen your mind. How? You strengthen your mind through positive affirmations, magazines, positive program. You got to watch what you put in your mind when your mind has been attacked and you're trying to shield it from another attack. You're trying to shield it from a present attack because now you're away from the narcissist. And it's going to take time. If you was with a narcissist for 3 months, that's usually 2 years. So those of you that have been with a narcissist for 10 years, 15, 20, 30 years, you know what kind of work you got to do. You got to put the work in. It's going to take work because that narcissist security. Why were you with the narcissist for 10 years? Because you didn't want it to leave. You didn't want it to end. You tried everything you could. You tried to make it work. You thought that they would change. You thought that he would get counseling. You thought that one day he would be sorry. You thought that one day he will wake up. He will wake up and realize that I love him. He will wake up and realize that he loved me. The narcissist never loved anybody but himself. Not even himself. And this is years later. History is there for a reason. Remember that. History is there for a reason. People can change the how can I say, videos concerning history. They can change literature concerning history, but they can't change the history. What happened, happened. MMXW said, positive affirmation posters is what I am currently buying, and that it will go down in my subconscious. Absolutely. You know what? And what you can do is take a tape recorder, lay on your bed and let it play. Let it play a whole hour. Nothing but positive affirmation. And if you can record it with your voice and say your name, MMXW, you are powerful. You are able to walk in the grace of God. You are able to superimpose over every attack in your mind. You are able to get rid of all of those years of pain. You are happy. You are joyful. You are successful. You are a very intelligent woman. You are able to keep going. You will not stop. And when a trigger comes, you are able to recognize that trigger. You are able to get up and get going. MMXW, you are a powerful woman. See, something like that with constant affirmation. Say it, say it, say it. Don't stop saying it. If you say it 1,000 times, it's not enough. I'm telling you, your mind will change. And instead of thinking about him, you'll start thinking about where you're going. You start thinking about the Lord. You'll start thinking about grace. You'll start thinking about you came through. You'll start thinking about what you want to do, where you want to go, the education you need, the business you need. You'll start getting witty ideas about your business. You will be so intellectually occupied until there won't be no space for him. There won't be any room for him or her. You just won't have it. It's too much energy to go back there, and you will not expend the energy. In this 6 minutes, what can we say to each other in this 6 minutes? Each one of you write an affirmation for me that you're going to say about yourself. MMW, come on, write an affirmation. 5 minutes. Felicia, write an affirmation. Danielle, write an affirmation. Jesus Girl Betty, come on, write an affirmation. Ernestine, write an affirmation. Let me hear an affirmation that you will write concerning yourself. Cluster Be Free, Karen, write an affirmation. Come on, write an affirmation. Let me hear something positive. I will no longer go back to the past. I am futuristic. I am looking forward. And I will allow my attention to go forward. The power in me will not be misused or abused. And I won't, now listen, Jesus Girl Betty, I am strong. I am invincible. She said, and we are women of God. We are survivors and we are conquerors. And we are more than conquerors. We will win. Felicia said, we are fearfully and wonderfully made through Christ Jesus. Ernestine said, I am beautiful. Hannah Brown said, I am powerful. Danielle said, I am determined. Are y'all listening to y'all? MMXW said, I am resilient and I will continue to keep moving forward with joy. Yay! Come on, determined. Danielle said, I am determined. I am beautiful. You're saying this over and over and over again. I want you to rise up in the morning and I want you to say it out of your mouth. When your eyes open, I want you to say these affirmations. I am becoming healed. No, Danielle. I want you to say, I am healed. Write that. Say, I am healed and whole each day. Because becoming is always in the future. You'll never catch up with it. I want you to say, I am healed. I don't care about what I feel. Because sometimes you don't feel your affirmation, but you believe your affirmations. And you have to say your affirmation until your feelings, your thoughts, your body, your goals, your future, your dreams, your business, your children, until everybody catch up with the affirmation. I am healed and I am whole every day. Every day I get wiser and wiser. Every day I am strengthened. MMXW said, I am loved. Danielle said, I am healed and whole each day. See, that's what I'm talking about. I want you to continue to say that every day, ladies. And don't stop. Don't respond to the narcissist and don't stop. I need you to keep on going strong, because all of these affirmations is who you queens are. All the damage that he did is going to work for your good, because it's going to release a strength in you that you wouldn't have otherwise had because of what you've been through. Ernestine said, I am strong. You are. You are. And I want to dedicate this program to the famous, determined, strong, invincible women who made it through the journey, and they're still standing. Ladies, I salute you. My time is up. I want you to join me next week on Wednesday. Write out the Fantabulous Bible study. Join me next week, and let's do this again. And as we do it for each other, we are doing it for other women. Thank you so much. I'm Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper, and I will see you next Wednesday. God bless. Bye-bye.